How to use the Reminders app on iPhone for productivity and business, the new update. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how you can get started with using one of iPhone's most underrated applications, which is the Reminders app. Personally, I love to use this because it helps me stay on track. As someone that has been a chronic procrastinator, this has made sure that I get all of my stuff done on time. Now, if you don't have the app, just click on your app store and then go into your search bar and download it from the app store over here. Make sure not to download it from anywhere else. So you're just going to search for Reminder. And once you do that, you can see this is the Reminders application. Now, I already have this, so I'm just going to open this up. Now, by default, this is what your Reminders app is going to look like, and you will have lists. And you're going to have only one list when you create the app or when you install the app. And the first part is to create your own lists. You can click on Add List on the bottom right. And once you do that, you can get started with building your list. So let's say this is a work-related list, and I can choose the list type. iOS has the option to add a shopping list or a smart list. And smart lists can organize using tags and other types of filters, and we're going to be going into detail on this later. Now, we're going to be choosing a color for our list, and after that, we can choose a emoticon to represent our list as well. So I'm just going to use this dock icon, and once I've done that, I can click on Done. Once I do that, I can set dedicated reminders in dedicated sections. So on the top right, I even have different views. I can view it in columns, or I can also show list info and sort them manually. I'm going to click on New Reminder, and I can set up a new reminder. Let's say I have to send out our new work t-shirts. Now, once I do that, I can even add a note to that reminder. So if there's more detail about your reminder, you can include it in the form of a note. And then you can click on your bottom calendar. Once you click on this, you can choose when you're supposed to do something. So let's say I'm supposed to do it over the next weekend, or you can click on date and time and manually select it from the calendar. Now you can enable time over here and then enable a certain time when you're supposed to do something. Let's say I'm supposed to do it at 12 p.m. and then I can add an early reminder as well. So let's say I want an early reminder 5 minutes before I'm meant to do it. Or let's say I'm supposed to get a reminder 30 minutes beforehand. Now I can click on apply. Now I will have this really nice reminder for when I'm supposed to send out new work t-shirts. Now, reminders don't only work in this way, but you can also click on new reminder and add recurring reminders for things that are happening over and over again. For example, if we have our Monday work overview, and now I can click on the date and then click on date and time. Once you do that, you can set this up for any Monday. Let's say I'm going to set it up for this Monday here, and then I can click on repeat. And this is going to repeat on a weekday. So on every weekday, so every Monday, this is going to happen. You can set recurring reminders for things that are daily, weekends, weekly, fortnightly, monthly, every 3 months, every 6 months, yearly, or even custom. So let's say I only have this on, Mondays like this, and this is going to basically just be weekly. So I can just select weekly from here. But let's say if we have our team meetings at Monday and Thursday, so I can change that as well. Once you have your custom recurring time added or custom recurring frequency added, you're going to also add the time, and you can just add that from here like so. Once you've done that, you can click on apply. Now, if you hold and press any reminder, you can click on cut or copy that reminder. You can also indent a reminder, which means that it is a subtask of something. Now, I don't want to indent this, so I can do a long press and outdent the reminder. Indenting reminder allows you to build reminders based upon subtasks as well. Now, another really cool feature in the reminder section is flagging and priorities. So you can click on flag to flag reminders. And if you go into your default section in your tab, you can go into the flagged section and see everything that is flagged. This allows you easy access to your reminders. And flagging helps you filter out things that might be high on your priority list. Now, not only can you set it up in flags, but you can even set up priorities. For example, if I do a long press, I can click on the priority and I can set up a priority. When you create a reminder by default, it does not have any priority, but you can set up the priority as well. You can pretty much do everything that we're doing by a long press simply by swiping towards the left and then clicking on details. You can add a note as well as include a URL. Below that, you can also add different tags to help you in categorization. So let's say I'm working two jobs, but all of the reminders for both of my jobs are in my reminders tab. So I can use different tags to segregate my work. For example, this is going to be for my life insurance job, so lifetime, let's say it's called. And now I'm just going to click on done. Once you do that, you can also choose to include a location by turning on the location, and you can also turn on messaging. So you can chat with a person and it will still show you the reminder in notifications. Now, below that, you even have your lists and then subtasks that we previously covered. You can also click on add image and you can add an image from your photo library, which means from your gallery, or you can even take a photo or scan a document. The scanning a document feature has to be one of my personal favorites because when I'm working on the go, it makes it easier for me to save all of my documents in my phone without losing them. Because if you just take a photo, it might get lost in your gallery and your regular pictures, but in your reminder section, you will have a scanned copy ready. Now, if you go back into your home tab and reminders, you can click on the top right over here and click on templates. You can actually create templates for basic reminders. So if I have a very specific way in which I set up my meeting reminders, I can build it as a template. And whenever I have to schedule a meeting, I can just use that template. Now, moving on, in your home tab, you have reminders for everything you're supposed to do today, scheduled, all flagged, and completed. You will also see that if you go into your reminder section and anything is unscheduled, you can click on that and then choose to schedule it. Now, moving on, if I click on add list, we're going to create the second type of list, which is actually a smart list. Now, in your smart list, you can include reminders that match a specific filter. So I can build a smart list based upon the priority of things. Let's say I only want a list where I have high priority things that are due on a date or that are due, let's say, a relative range. And if something is due within the next 3 days that is high priority, I want it to be in this list. So this is going to be my final deadline list. And then I'm just going to set up a red color here. And then I'm going to also change the emoji for this like this, and then click on done. Now, having things like this, and you guys can see it currently has nothing, but if I go into my work task, go into this, and I reschedule this, so I'll show you guys what's going to happen. I'm going to set this for tomorrow, click on done. Now, if I go back, in my final deadline, I have one task, and this is the task that we just rescheduled for tomorrow. So whenever something is super urgent, by default, it's going to come over here. And this makes sure that even if you're not going through all of your individual lists, you still can catch up on anything that you were meant to do. And this is exactly what keeps me from procrastinating because I have a final deadline list for my own personal tasks, and that makes sure that I know what I'm supposed to do for the next couple of days and what is the bare minimum that needs to be done. And just like that, you can get started with the reminders on your iPhone. Now, you can click on edit lists and edit, more information, and you can click on add group on the bottom left to add multiple people. And this allows you to build shareable lists with others. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe.